Good morning, dear students. Our next session, it is dealing with the Born-Haber cycle. You have studied it in your plus 2 classes, isn't it? Born-Haber cycle. What is the purpose of this Born-Haber cycle? It is used for the determination of the lattice energies. Okay, used for the determination of lattice energy of a crystal. Okay, so that is the main purpose of this Born-Haber cycle, used to determine the lattice energy of a crystal. And also this Born-Haber cycle, it is a thermochemical cyclic process. It is a thermochemical cyclic process. Okay, so used for the determination of lattice energy. Then another important point is that this Born-Haber cycle, it is a thermochemical cyclic process. That means both heat is involved there at the same time. A chemical reaction is also going on. Okay, and also this Born-Haber cycle, it is devised in the year 1919. And again, one example for the determination of determination of lattice energy, that is we are studying through the example for the formation of the sodium chloride crystal. Okay, NaCl crystal. So here during this formation of NaCl crystal, so many steps are involved there in the process. Okay, so that means 4 major important steps are there in the formation of this NaCl crystal. Okay, so you have to go through this formation of NaCl through the following 4 steps. Formation of NaCl involves the following 4 steps. So the first step, that is the conversion of metallic sodium into gaseous sodium atoms. That is the first step. Conversion of metallic sodium to gaseous sodium atom. See, for example, metallic sodium that is in solid state. Okay, so some energy is needed to convert this solid sodium, to convert it into gaseous form of sodium atom. Okay, so the energy used for this purpose, for the conversion of solid to gaseous state, that energy normally, you know, for the conversion of a chemical substance from the solid state to the gaseous state, what is the energy used up there? The energy, it is called as the sublimation energy, isn't it? The energy used for the conversion of solid to gaseous state, it is the sublimation energy. So here this delta Hs, it refers to the sublimation energy. So the solid sodium it is converted to gaseous sodium atom. Okay, so that is the first step. So here the enthalpy, or this is the enthalpy of sublimation, that is delta Hs, enthalpy of sublimation. Okay, so here the energy or the heat used here, that is equal to 108.4 kilojoule per mole. Okay, so that is the first step, conversion of metallic sodium. So here the amount of energy required to convert 1 mole of metallic sodium to the gaseous sodium atom, that energy is called as the sublimation energy. So in the first step, the sublimation energy is involved. Then in the second step, conversion of gaseous chlorine molecule to gaseous chlorine atom. So that is the second step, conversion of gaseous chlorine molecule to gaseous chlorine atom. So here that means see, chlorine molecule means it will be Cl2, isn't it? Chlorine molecule. So some amount of energy is also needed here for the conversion of chlorine molecule to gaseous chlorine atom. Here chlorine molecule, it is in the gaseous state. So the energy required here, it is Hd, delta Hd, that is the enthalpy of dissociation, or the energy needed to dissociate chlorine molecule to chlorine atom. So here the chlorine molecule, it is converted to a chlorine atom which is in the gaseous form. Okay, so the energy used up here for the conversion, or the energy required to dissociate 1 mole of gaseous chlorine molecule to gaseous chlorine atom. That is called as the dissociation energy. So in the second step, the energy used up is the dissociation energy. Okay. Then the third one, that is the so in the first step we had seen the sodium, it is converted to gaseous form, isn't it? Then you have to convert this gaseous sodium atom into sodium ions. Okay. So in the third step, conversion of gaseous sodium atom to sodium ions. Sodium ions means Na plus. Okay, sodium will be having Na plus charge. Okay, so here this gaseous sodium atom, that is Na, it is in the gaseous form, plus some amount of energy is required here, that is the ionization energy, isn't it? This atom, it is ionized, so ionization energy is required. So in the with the help of this ionization energy, Na will be converted to Na plus. That means it will be in the ionic form, Na plus plus 1 electron. Here this Na plus is also in the gaseous state. So here the energy used up is the ionization energy. So how will you define ionization energy or the ionization enthalpy? Okay, ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. So this ionization enthalpy, it is the amount of energy required to convert 1 mole of gaseous sodium atom into sodium ion. Okay, so this energy is called as the ionization enthalpy. And the last step, that is the conversion of gaseous chlorine atom. Conversion of gaseous chlorine atom. Conversion of gaseous chlorine atom to chloride ion. Chloride ion means Cl minus, isn't it? To chloride ions. So here this gaseous chlorine atom means Cl in the gaseous form plus 1 electron. On the addition of 1 electron, it will be converted to Cl minus, isn't it? So the energy used for the conversion, that is the electron affinity, Ea. Electron affinity or the electron gain enthalpy. Okay, so this is the electron affinity or the electron gain enthalpy. So this is the last step or the fourth step. So here this electron gain enthalpy can be defined as the amount of energy released. See here, this electron enthalpy, it is in the right side of the arrow mark, isn't it? That means it is the energy released. In all other cases, it is the energy used up. So here this electron gain enthalpy, it is the amount of energy released when 1 mole of gaseous chlorine atom, it is converted to the chloride ion, okay, in the gaseous state. So that is the fourth step. And in the last step, sorry, here it is 5 steps. Okay, you have to correct it. Here it has got 5 steps. Sorry for the mistake. So in the last step, in the 5th step, see here we have got in the previous 2 steps, that is in the second step as well as in the in the third step as well as in the fourth step, we have got 2 ions, isn't it? A cation Na plus and an anion Cl minus. So in the last step, these two will be combining together. Okay, so the last step, that is the combination of gaseous Na plus and Cl minus. Okay, combination of gaseous Na plus and Cl minus to form the crystal sodium chloride, to form NaCl crystal. Okay, so that is the last step. So here in this step, this Na plus Cl minus will be combining to form NaCl. Okay, so here the amount of energy released during the combination of this gaseous Na plus and Cl minus, to form a crystalline compound or sodium chloride, that energy we can call it as the lattice energy. Okay, lattice energy, and it is denoted by the letter U. Okay, so how can we define this lattice energy U? It is the amount of energy released. Lattice energy is the amount of energy released when 1 mole of a crystalline compound, when 1 mole of a crystalline compound is formed from is formed from gaseous Na plus and Cl minus ions. Gaseous Na plus and Cl minus ions. Okay, so that is how we can define this lattice energy. Lattice energy, it is the amount of energy released when 1 mole of a crystalline compound is formed from the